Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Stanley number BF30-322C is what this is. This is what's called a top roller, and I want to start this video out by just giving you the dimensional properties of the item itself. The diameter of the wheel is 0.868 diameter. The thickness of the wheel, 0.285 thick. Some other basic dimensions: the diameter of the zinc coated or plated shaft is 0.246. Length of the plastic insert that goes into the top of the door, 1.077. The diameter of the shoulder that fits on top of the door, 0.556. The diameter of what goes into the top of the door, 0.377. And then the length of what goes into the door, the plastic component, 0.984, that length. Spring-loaded roller. Now, what would you use this for? Why are you looking for this? Let's talk about that now. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Well, you're looking for it because likely it's broken. These types of bifolds, Stanley, the name is incredibly common. You'll see Stanley track, top pivots, bottom pivots, the bracket, the non-mortise hinges, the top roller, the knobs, the plate that's in the track for the top pivot. You see them at the mega home improvement stores. You see them packaged inside of wood door manufacturers' bifold kits. You're going to see them installed in homes, in hotels, all over the place. The name Stanley is extremely synonymous with this hardware. And when you're buying 1 3/8 hollow core bifolds, it's very likely going to be a Stanley kit that's going to be there. As a result, we have a lot of call for parts for that stuff, and that's because of how ubiquitous the installed base is. This material is everywhere. But while you're looking at this, well, what happens is bifolds over the months, years, even decades, they get a lot of use. They're getting opened and they're getting closed. And generally, bifolds are going to be used in coat closets so that when you enter the home, it's very typical to open up the bifolds and hang your jacket. So that door is getting opened every single day. Second floor of a home, linen closet, all the time. Bedrooms, all the time, open and closed, open and closed. As a result, you're going to have parts that are going to break. It is very common for the top wheel to take a lot of abuse because what happens is the plate that's up in the top track where the top pivot goes, well, that gets loose and it starts to move. The doors then start to do this, and now as you're trying to operate the door, it doesn't open and fold as nice as it once did, and that top wheel at the leading edge, it takes a lot of the punishment, in fact. So why don't we switch to the screen view and let's take a closer look at all of the supporting information that we have for this, and I'll give you an idea of what we're talking about. Let's do that now. If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it. Okay, here's the item that we're looking at, but let's take a look at some photographs that we have first. Here is the entire gizmo itself. You see that spring there. We'll take a closer look at that in a moment. A little bit of a side view, I suppose. Top of the wheel itself. Another view on it. And then compressing that spring. So what happens is, by nature of the design, that roller is being pushed up into the top of the track at all times to prevent the leading edge door from becoming disconnected to the track, so to speak. Now, there's not much here to see in the extended description except that this is a BF30. It's from a bifold 30-pound rated kit. This is part number 32 in a 2C finish, which is zinc. The link below the video, as seen here, to the manufacturer's page, when you click on that, you'll be able to pull up not only all of the Stanley products we sell by means of this horizontal navigation, as seen there, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, but their most current sliding and folding catalog. And when we open that, we can do a find function on our keyboard for BF30. That's going to get us right to the section where we can find the BF30s. Okay, let's talk about real quick why something like this might be needed. You've got your first panel. Okay, that top wheel is going to be up in here, basically. You've got your track, you've got your plate up here for your top pivot, you've got an L plate down here for your bottom pivot. Your knob's going to go here and that door is just going to get slid open. Well, what happens is as these parts start to wear, the entire door starts to do this. It makes it problematic for what's happening with the top wheel. And that top wheel, well, it's probably more like that. The top wheel sits in here. Okay, and then that spring that's there, well, the door is going to sit here. Well, it's going to sit up here, actually. It's going to constantly push that up, which helps counteract that sort of gravity force that's happening there. Now, in the catalog, there's an overview of the BF30, cross-references, description of what's included, features, showing you a cross-section of what I just crudely drew, top wheel. Part numbers for the entire kit is here. Now, parts are on the second page, and we can see them all here, actually. The track that will have the plate in it for the top pivot and the bottom pivot. The bracket that goes on the floor that the bottom pivot sits into. Your top wheel, your guide wheel, which is what we're talking about. They call it a BF30-35. We have it as a 32. That could be an error. Bifold door aligners, when you have a 4-panel, these get installed. They get installed here. There's a panel, there's a panel. They get installed here and here, and they force those doors nicely to stay in alignment. They kind of go like this, so they force a flush condition here really well. Bifold door aligners. These are what we call snubbers. That helps keep the panels in the closed position, in a taut closed position. Again, that bottom bracket for the bottom pivot, and then a wooden knob that's here. Very typical, common. The rest of the catalog is going to be full of other items that are sliding and folding hardware from Stanley. Now, I know some of this has been discontinued. I don't know how much of it is discontinued, but if you're looking for piece parts, let us know. I know that this top wheel is currently not discontinued. This catalog's from 2018. It's currently 2023, and we can still buy that. Let's wrap up this video on camera. If you've made it this far into this video, you must be determined to see it through to the end, and we appreciate your hanging in there with us and watching this entire video. It means a lot. It takes a lot of work to create these videos in the sense that, you know, it's time taken away from doing other things. However, the advantage for me personally of creating these videos is the fact that it does allow myself to either learn about something new, to reacquaint myself with something, or to reinforce what I believe that I already know. Any comments that you might leave down below would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. So again, if you have any questions on this top wheel for the Stanley BF30 series, please feel free to reach out to us. Really typical common item that you're going to end up needing very likely at some point. Bifold doors are a hassle when they don't work really well, and I have found that when you're replacing this, the damage could already be done. The wheel could be perfectly fine, but now the track is bent or the door has been split open. Don't let it get to that point. These parts are A, too cheap, too inexpensive to buy, and B, too easy to replace to keep those folding doors working correctly, and it will allow you to get, you know, continual happy service out of it. And if it's a rental application or an Airbnb type of application, if those doors don't fold really well, they're going to get abused. So keep them running, keep that hardware new and in tip-top shape, and you'll be very happy with it. Any questions on this or any other Stanley product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. Regarding the links to ads that you might see in this video, we do apologize for any interruption to a smooth viewing experience, and hopefully the ads that are being presented to you are related to the base product. And if there is something, feel free to click on those and perhaps consider taking a look at what that other advertiser is promoting. Let's get back to the video. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.